Let's go. Right, 1, 2. Oh, are we on? It might be. Let's just give that a try, shall we? Let's just give that a little road test. See if that works. I might as well get the copyright strike out of the way early. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. Hello, everybody. It's 3 minutes to 7 o'clock. It's Friday, 4th of September, 2020. Probably the most fun year there's ever been for just about everybody. I'm Dr. Paul. I'm your quiz master. I'm here to bring you Friday night quiz. Obviously, I need to get collar sorted out before I do any kind of quiz. Right. How you doing? Tell me some news. This doesn't work, does it? This collar and that collar. It's just if I do that, that's a bit better. Right, okay. Hello, Noodle Doodles. Hello, Marion. Hello, Val. Hello, Robin. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Ed. Hello, Titty Biscuits. Hello, Ed. Hello, GPS. Oh, is that a green screen? Well, no, it's literally a green sheet of it's a green sheet. I could use it as a green screen, but I'm not doing that tonight. I'm just using it as a backdrop. Okay. There might be some entertaining green screen action in the weeks to come, but just at the moment, not going to use it that way. Going Melania tonight. Don't know what that means. You need to explain that more because I've got no idea what you're talking about. It sounds entertaining, but I've got no idea what you're talking about. I'm going to put some background music on. I know that some of you hate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on, but really background, right? Minus 35. Normally I've got it minus 30. So I'm going to put on minus 35. You tell me if that's annoying. All right, let's have a listen. I mean, I can hardly hear it. You know what I mean? Oh, hang on. I've got my headphones turned down. And there you go. That really is background music. That's just there and no more. Ha. Staying alive. Did you get my message, Nick? Was it you, actually? Hang on. I might be getting confused with some different Nicks, but the beer company were saying that they were trying to deliver beer to you, but they couldn't get in your stair. But I've not looked at my messages in the last couple hours, so I don't know. Right, that's ideal. Well, it's at minus 35. Usually I have it at minus 30, but some people say they hate it because I normally have background music, and I said the other night, "Oh, just turn it off," and everyone was like, "Oh, well, I can't hear anything anyway. Can't hear it." Actually, I better just make sure you can. It's actually coming through. That's all. Is it there? Is that it? Can you hear it? It's pretty crazy, isn't it? This tune's called Bubble Bath. Yeah, Bubble Bath. Pass the soap. Bubble Bath. Yeah, of course you can hear it, right? Okay. I'll try and strike a balance between those who hate it and those who don't. I'll put it... I mean, that's pretty quiet, isn't it? That's minus 30 there. Bubble bath. Right, let's talk quiz. It's exactly 7 o'clock. So hello, if you're just tuning in, we're about to do a pub quiz. I'm Dr. Paul. I'm your quiz master. Got some good quiz for you. Nice quiz. It's competitive. You're competing against the other teams that are here. There's no prize for top score, but there are great prizes tonight. Let me just tell you a few things about this quiz here. So, first of all, please share the quiz. I would love if you did that. Get out to a few more people. Just share it on your social media. Say, look, hey, I'm about to do a quiz. You come and do the quiz. Let's see who gets the best score. Challenge your friends, yeah? Yeah, 2 fisters. It's all the fists a guy needs. So, guys, give us a wee share. on the social medias. You know, the modern way. The quiz starts very soon. How to play it is simple, real simple. In fact, easy. If I just do that, it might be a little bit more clear. Is that more clear? I think so. Let's try to sort out my best windows here. Okay, so you answer the questions. That's a pretty simple instruction. Yeah. Mark yourself after each round. So after every round of 5 questions, I'll give you the answers. You mark yourself. You do your own marking, okay? So yes, you can be as corrupt as you like, but there's no point because there's no prize for the top score. We just like to keep the scores, and you know, people like to try and beat their best score or try and beat other teams. A few rivalries going on. Last time we played was, that says Monday. That's not right. It's Wednesday. But Wednesday the 2nd of September. So Scumbag College were right at the top of the board there. Let's get quizzical as well. The only two teams over 70 on Wednesday. It was quite a difficult quiz, I think. Here's the other teams. Let's have a look who was here on Wednesday. Gin Genies, COVID and Glory, Von Craps, Einstein, Bobbleheads are back tonight. Hello, Einstein, Taryn. Sausage Rolls, Marion, Lorna, Chameleons, Penguin Party Fears 2, Sham Rockers, Social Outcast, Strangulation, Bojack and Fry, Will's Army, Noodle Doodles, back again, hello there. Gwenstay, which is Bill, Big Mac, Joy Division, Oven Gloves, Tyne and Tweed, Lumpy Gravy, Barrymore's Fist, hello Ollie, and Still Game, we're all here. Thank you, Hip Kitty. Yeah. Thank you, Noodle Doodles. I'm going to keep doing the quiz online, even if I do end up back in the pub, if the rules change about amplification. So that was last time. That was Wednesday. It was quite tricky on Wednesday. Let's see what happens tonight. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. By the way, that's changing. See you next week. I'm going to do quizzes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Just to see how that goes. I don't know if that's sustainable, but I'm going to try it next week anyway, see how it goes. Our sponsor tonight is Broughton Brewery. They're based at Broughton. I think they say Broughton. I say Broughton. But they're down in the borders. And a great place. Scotland's first microbrewery, 1979. They've been churning out the good stuff since. And they will send you lovely beer if Ed doesn't win the beer. Ed usually wins the beer on a Friday through skill and a bit of luck. But who's going to win the beer tonight? Could be anybody. There's various ways to get a ball in the pot of win. There's chances throughout the quiz to get a ball in the pot of win. And then at 8:30, when I pull a ball out, that's who gets the beer. I've got other prizes as well tonight for you. So there's a second and a third place prize tonight. Has some of the beer that you might that might be coming your way. You see the top teams there from Wednesday going along the bottom of the screen. And there's a 10% discount if you just go and shop at their website. drpaul10, .paul10 gets you 10% off. Right. Are we ready? I think we are. 4 minutes past. Think of a joke. I am going to fit in the jokes tonight, right? So I said this on Wednesday, but I never managed to fit it in. Think of a joke just now. Don't tell me a joke yet. Just wait until I declare jokes round. And then the best joke will get a ball in the pot of win. All right. So have a joke ready. Try and make it a short one. And one that's not a hate crime. You know what I mean? Thank you. Okay. So, you're... no, you haven't received the last lot yet. That's because I only forwarded on the details either today or yesterday. I can't remember, Ed, so sorry. That was me being a bit slow. But you'll get the beer. You'll be all right. Okay, here we go. It is 5 past. I like to hit the first question 5 past. So here we are. Here's my shirt matching the background tonight. Pretty good, yeah? Like that? Okay. So the first round is the same letter round. That means that all of the answers in the first round begin with the same letter. So as soon as you've got the letter, it really helps. You can guess the other ones that you don't know because you know the letter. Yeah? See what I mean? Here we go. I'm not going to tell you what a letter is. You've got to work that out yourself. Here we go. Right. Number 1 is a country. In which country are the Angel Falls, which are said to be the world's highest waterfall? Okay, so the Angel Falls are said to be the world's highest waterfall. But which country is home to the Angel Falls? That's question number 1. It's kind of... That's my mum. Hello, mum. It's kind of more powder blue than white. It might be coming up white on your screen, but it's the powder blue one, red. So not quite Polish colours, but nearly. Number 2, which Greek musician won an Oscar for the music for the 1981 film Chariots of Fire? Some of which was filmed just round the corner from here at the Heriots rugby ground at Golden Acre. All right, but Golden Acre didn't win an Oscar for best setting, but the musician won an Oscar for the music for Chariots of Fire. What's his name? It's a one-word answer. It's like boils it down to one word. Number 3, Mr. Spock in Star Trek is half human and half which other species? So he's a 50-50 type of guy. Mr. Spock, you know, all that stuff. Pointy ears. Like an elf or a goblin. But he's half human and half something else. What is Mr. Spock's other species? Remember, it's the same letter round. All the answers start with the same letter of the alphabet. Number 4, should give it away. Which British queen married her husband, Prince Albert, in 1840? Come on, that's the easy one. That should probably give you the letter, if you don't already have the letter. And number 5 is the last one in this round, anthems. Right, which word completes the title of the Chinese national anthem? It's called March of the something. It's not penguins. March of the something. What is the title of the Chinese national anthem? Okay, now, that's the first round. You tell me if you're ready. That's just how this works, okay? You tell me when your team is ready, and I can move on to the answers. For anybody who has just come in the door, I'm going to quickly tell you the questions again. A little recap for you. So, in which country are the Angel Falls? They're supposed to be the highest waterfall in the world. Number 2, Chariots of Fire. Who got an Oscar for doing the music for Chariots of Fire? It's a Greek guy. Big fat, beardy guy. Don't know why I identify him, and he's got keyboards. Got hundreds of keyboards. Mr. Spock out of Star Trek, half human, half something else. What is the something else? Number 4, which British queen married Prince Albert in 1840? Quite a well-known queen. And the last one, March of the something. That's the title of the national anthem of China. What's their anthem called? Little tricky one just to finish the round there. But I think it's fairly easy to get the letter. So I think you'll get most of these. Right, what are we saying? Louisa's here saying ready. Yeah. John's here. Ready, ready. Denise is here. Hello to Dublin. Ready. Simon's ready here in Edinburgh. Marian's here in Edinburgh. She's ready. Peaky Fifers are ready. Yeah. Nomsy's ready. The Crumpets. Ollie's ready. Chris is ready. Fantastic. All the good names are here tonight. Everybody who matters has turned up. All the people we don't like have not turned up. That's good. Right. You ready for this? Here we go. If you're not ready, be ready. Get something written down. Here we go. Right. Did you get a letter? It's letter V. For very good. Here come the answers. Right, so same letter round. 5 answers that start with V. Angel Falls, highest waterfall in the world. It's in Venezuela. And I've seen pictures before of the Angel Falls, and I've been like, it never looks that impressive, but it was only today I realised how big they are. They're 3 times the height of the Eiffel Tower. Look at that. That's the Eiffel Tower. I mean, it's a fairly poor rendition of the Eiffel Tower, but you get the idea. It's nearly 3 times the height of the Eiffel Tower. And if you've been to the Eiffel Tower, you know that's pretty high. Because usually there's no reference points in the pictures you see of the Angel Falls. You just see it and you go, aye, it's a mountain. Who cares? You know, but Anyway, massive. Venezuela is the right answer. Number 2, the Greek musician, Chariots of Fire. That's your old pal Vangelis. There he is. Belting out the genius on the keys. He's actually not that big and fat there. But he gets fatter as time goes on. That must have been in the 70s, that picture. Number 3, Mr. Spock. Out of Star Trek is half human, half Vulcan. All right, Vulcan. He's a Vulcan from the planet Vulcan. Or his mum was. I can't remember if his mum's a Vulcan or his dad's a Vulcan, but one of those ways around, anyway. Keyboard greedy there, says Ed. Well, see, when you're creating things like Chariots of Fire, you need all the keyboards. All the keyboards. That's why he got the Oscar. So he could sell it and pay for them keyboards. Which British queen married her husband, Prince Albert, in 1840? It's Queen Victoria, you know that one. And, right, did you get this? I think it's a little bit tricky, but well done if you got it. Be interested to see what answers you put if you got it wrong. The correct answer is March of the Volunteers. All right, March of the Volunteers. That's the Chinese national anthem. Right, let's get on to the marking. So you get 2 points per correct answer. That's every round. But there are some bonus points here. You get +2 if you're a subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. Click the bell, and you get to know when the quizzes are. I've been doing other little quizzes as well. So subscribers might have seen those. Called 55 points. It's just 10 questions, but it's quite good. Have a look around the channel. You'll find them. If somebody shares the quiz, you get +1 point. And you get +1 if it's your birthday. But it's probably not your birthday. So usual maximum is 13 here in the first round. You tell me what you scored. We've got Venezuela, Vangelis, Vulcan, Victoria, Volunteers. That was the 5 answers. What did you score? Right, there's some good alternative answer for the Chinese one. March of the Valiant, yep. March of the Victorious, yep, absolutely. Perfectly reasonable answers. So, quite a few, it looks like a few if you missed the anthem one. Jerry and Kerry were arguing over Valiant or Victorious. Nah. Both wrong. It's the Volunteers. Because everybody in China is doing it totally of their own accord. Right? There's no government pressure whatsoever. Everyone's bought in. March of the Victors. I know. That'd be good. But they're trying to emphasise that everyone's taking part. Also considered vainglorious and vindictive. March of the Vindictive. Well, I'm going to get you. Right, so it looks like that was actually quite a difficult round. Because usually you get a lot of 13s, but there's a lot of 11s and 9s. And there's a 12. Hello, Francesca. 11s. There's a couple of 13s, though. Purple Burglar Alarms are there. Purple Burglar Alarms. There you go. Taran's got 11. Right, okay. So actually not many 13s at all. There's Geek Robin. Robin's got 13. Okay, let's move on. Let's not dwell too much. And we'll get through everything on time. I'm going to try and get finished on time tonight. The main quiz, by the way, will be finished by 8 o'clock. So if you just want to play the quiz, it's 8 o'clock. But from 8 till half 8, live quizzing, where you can phone in and take part. Great fun. Anyway, round 2, religion. What religion are these people? Are they Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, or Sikh? You can tell by the way they're sitting and the clothes they're wearing. Just the way they're holding themselves. You know what kind of religion they are. That's what really religious people do, is you can tell what religion they are a mile away. So what religion are these fellas? Are they Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, or Sikh? Sikh you, by the way. March of the Vapors. No, Felix. No. Right, film stars. Famous Hollywood actor. Who is this guy? Is the question. The clues are he won the Best Actor Oscar in 1959. This is him sometime in the 60s, and he died in 2008. Let's just have a look at that again, Felix. Double points for the answer in Chinese. The thing is, how do I know that's the thing? You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, I'm not being a racist or anything like that, but all Chinese looks the same to me, like the language, because I've never learned any. And I've got no idea how they do it. Because there's like 50,000 characters. They're all different, but they all look exactly the same. They all look like a wee square with a roof on it. Like a little mini maze with a roof on it. Totally confused by Chinese. I don't get it. It's because I never tried. Number 3, what is this famous construction? It was completed in 1890. I mean, I'm impressed that you know any Chinese at all, Felix. I don't doubt that you're telling the truth. Ni hao, that's it. There was a Chinese person I met at the bus stop a few times last year. Well, quite regularly. And I got him to teach me some Chinese, and I can't. None of it was retained. Apart from hua, which means icy or slippy. Rhymo, number 4. Name the person and the place. They rhyme with each other. So the name of that person and the name of that place rhyme with each other. 1 point for each thing. So 1 point for the person and 1 point for the place. It's quite a small place. You go through it on the road from Inverness to Applecross. So it's a famous person who's not Scottish and a Scottish place. They rhyme with each other. What are they? Who are they? And the last one, this is a scene from a 1970s edition of a BBC television programme that is still being made to this day. What is the name of the show? Okay. So it's a TV show that's still getting made. This was what it looked like back in the 1970s. Still making it today. What's the name of the show? That's question number 5. Right, you tell me when you're ready. I am going to quickly recap these questions for you in this picture round. So what religion are the fellas? Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, or Sikh? Who is the guy? A top Hollywood actor who won Best Actor back in the day, 1959. This is what he looked like in the 1960s, and he was famous for other reasons, not just for acting. And he died in 2008. Who is that chap? Number 3, what is this famous construction? It was completed in 1890. Most of you taking part tonight will be familiar with this, I'm pretty sure. Name the person and the place. They rhyme with each other. A little place on the road from Inverness to Applecross. And a person there who's not Scottish, but they rhyme with each other. Who are they? What are they? And name the TV show. This is from the 70s. They still make it today. BBC. Yeah. So you tell me when you're ready. Ms. Gintrap is ready. Denise is ready. Mum is ready. Felix. Good. Glad to hear. The only reason I could remember the Chinese word for slippy, hua, is because that's the noise you would make if you slipped. Because that's what we would talk about. Like, they didn't have very good English either, so pretty much limited to talking about the weather. I'd say it's raining. They say this is the word for rain. Okay. It's icy one morning. Slippy, yes. Icy. Hua. It's like that's exactly what you would say if you fell over. Hua! Easy to remember. Right, you all ready? Ed's ready, GPS ready. You're a wee bit slower on this one. Val's predicting not a good round. Sometimes that's predicted and it ends up being not as bad as you think. Let's find out what happens. So, here come the answers. 2 points for each of these, all right? Number 1, the fellas there doing all the Vulcan stuff. They are sadhus. They are part of the Hindu religion. I think that photograph was taken in Kathmandu, in Nepal, and they're Hindus. Okay. Number 2. Now, you're all saying that it's a difficult round. Maybe I should have given you more clues about this guy. It's a guy you've definitely heard of. It's Charlton Heston. He became well known later on. He played Ben-Hur. Yeah, that was his big famous role. But he was in loads of films, and he was also the governor of the gun club later on, the NRA, National Rifle Association. He was the top boy in that troop. Number 3, I gave you the clue. Most people that are doing this quiz will be familiar with this construction because it's quite local. You know, this quiz is based out of Edinburgh. This is the Forth Rail Bridge, but officially the Forth Bridge. Either answer is fine. I'm not quite sure what angle that is. The little note on the photograph I had says it's from below, but yeah. Great thing. Love that bridge. But it's the Forth Bridge. Right. The guy is Bruce Springsteen, and the village is Achnasheen. Achnasheen, Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. I'll be impressed if anybody got Achnasheen. That's pretty obscure. It's quite difficult. But Bruce Springsteen is a fairly major star. And the last picture there, well, she's Leslie Judd. And look, she's raising money or something for an appeal. It's got to be Blue Peter, yeah? At first I said Wester Ross, the boss. You know, that's acceptable, isn't it? Because I think Achnasheen is in Wester Ross, and of course Bruce Springsteen is the boss. Yeah, Eiffel Tower's a reasonable guess. Did we get 1 point for Bruce? Yes, Ed. Yeah, that one was a 2-parter, so it's 1 point for each part. Yeah, Achnasheen, Bruce Springsteen. 10 points. One of our team passed through Achnasheen last week. Yes, superb. That's what I wanted out of that round for me. I wanted one person to get that. Did anybody else get Achnasheen? I'd be amazed. It's just one of my favourite place names, you know. We went on a holiday to Applecross when I was a kid, and it was great. And I remember going through Achnasheen because we'd been on the road for about 6 days at that point. I was thinking, ooh, I'm far from home now. Achnasheen, ooh. Yeah, well, it was a strange angle. You got right, Achnasheen as well. Superb. Right, okay, let's press on. It's time for the sound round, which I think tonight is voices, if I remember rightly. Let's have a look. Yes. Okay, so let's get the audio round ready to go. Here we are. Now, I'm going to play 5 voices, and you just got to name who they are, and there's a list of options there. So look at the list, listen to the voices, and choose the right answers. Okay, here we go. Here is voice number 1. Who is speaking?
The cop that murdered John Crawford pulled me over the night before and let me off with a warning. And the next day, kills a kid. He says, drop the weapon, bang, bang, bang. This kid didn't even have enough time to register that he was the one being spoke to.
So that is an American person talking about the situation in America. The second one is somebody talking about an animal. Who is this?
And there was a man called Nyoka, who I'd met at Harrods, actually, as a great animal trainer. And on my kitchen table was this full-grown female black panther called Carly. And it was up there, because they don't roar. You go...
That was a free panther impression in that mystery voice. Absolutely fantastic. Number 3 is an actress talking about an encounter with David Beckham. Who's this?
My son was going, please, mummy, look, there's David Beckham. And he and Victoria were in this snog. That's all they did all evening was snog. And every now and again, somebody's child would tap him on the knee and go, excuse me, can I have your autograph? And you go, yes, okay. Then they'd carry on snogging again.
And they'd carry on snogging again. So that's what happened there. Number 4 is a little bit from a comedy routine. Who is this?
And I get, from an evolutionary point of view, it's better for us to be paired up to do the basic things in life, you know, like raise children or collect air miles. I get that. But I just feel like I've got so many wild oats that I want to sow. I know some of you might think that's quite a male turn of phrase. Not true. I got oats, babe. I got oats for days. And I get.
So that's a British comedian. And the last one is a character, a children's television character. Who is this? So, you probably want to hear them again. I see O'Cat saying, who the hell are they? Yeah. It's a bit more mixed up list than usual, I think. In case you can't see them too well, I'll just read them out. Brian Blessed, Dave Chappelle, Ellie Taylor, Linda Bellingham, Mr. Snuffleupagus, Patrick Starfish, Rula Lenska, Sarah Milliken, Stephen Fry, and Trevor Noah. I'm going to play them one more time, okay? So the first person is an American person talking about the situation in America. This is from this year, okay?
The cop that murdered John Crawford pulled me over the night before and let me off with a warning. And the next day, kills a kid. He says, drop the weapon, bang, bang, bang. This kid didn't even have enough time to register that he was the one being spoke to.
Okay, number 2 is somebody talking about a Black Panther on their kitchen table.
And there was a man called Nyoka, who I'd met at Harrods, actually, as a great animal trainer. And on my kitchen table was this full-grown female Black Panther called Carly. And it was up there, because they don't roar. You go...
Absolutely love it. By the way, I'm not getting much from you. Pretty much silence from you. I take it that means you can hear them. Tell me if you can't hear them. But here's number 3, which is an actress talking about a night with
My
David
son was
Beckham.
going, please, mummy, look, there's David Beckham. And he and Victoria were in this snog. That's all they did all evening was snog. And every now and again, somebody's child would tap him on the knee and go, excuse me, can I have your autograph? And you go, yes, okay. Then they'd carry on snogging again.
Thanks, Dr. Caesar's Palace, for just keeping me right. Make sure I'm all right. It's good. Thank you. Number 4 is a comedian from Britain who...
And I get, from an evolutionary point of view, it's better for us to be paired up to do the basic things in life, you know, like raise children or collect air miles. I get that. But I just feel like I've got so many wild oats that I want to sow. I know some of you might think that's quite a male turn of phrase. Not true. I got oats, babe. I got oats for days.
Oats for days. Okay, and the last one is a children's television character. Who is this? All right, so there looks like quite a lot of uncertainty at your end about these. Let's find out what the answers are. Some of you reduced to guessing, not the most universally famous names on the list. A lot of them famous in their own field, you know what I mean? But let's see what happened. So number 1, talking about... A guy's actually a comedian, but he was talking very seriously about things that had happened in his home state of Ohio in the USA. It's a comedian called Dave Chappelle. Okay, Dave Chappelle. That was within the last couple of months. He was talking there. Number 2, who's going to have? Look, who on that list is going to have a Black Panther on their kitchen table and via knowing a man called Nyoka? It has to be Brian Blessed. It can only be Brian Blessed. All right. Don't forget, it's always Brian Blessed at least once when we do the voice round. Number 3 is an actress talking about the David Beckham thing. It's Linda Bellingham. If you don't know who Linda Bellingham is, she was the Bisto mum or the Oxo mum, one of them. She Bisto or Oxo, somebody will know. She's basically on television for like years and years and years playing the Oxo mum or the Bisto mum. There you go. So much fame, I can't even remember whether she was Oxo or Bisto. Number 4 was the comedian. She is called Ellie Taylor. Modern comedian. I just try to put some modern things in because I don't really know the modern comedians, you know what I mean? So try to be up to date. And the last one, that is Patrick Starfish out of SpongeBob SquarePants. Oxo, right. Thanks, Marion. I think if I had to gamble, I would go for Oxo, but I suddenly got Bisto in my mind, and I thought, hang on a second. Maybe she's the Bisto woman. So, yeah, I think that was quite a difficult round. I wonder how your guessing went on. Let me know how many points you got. Full house. 10 out of 10. All right. 8 points said Fred Flintstone for the last one. Fred Flintstone doesn't appear on the list, JPS. You've done the quiz a number of times, JPS, and I think by now you should have noticed that the answers are always on the list. See that? That's the list. No Fred Flintstone. Well, you see, like the scores, this is what happens, right? You all moan about how it's too difficult, and then everyone gets 10 out of 10. Went for Snuffleupagus. Nah, he's the big mad sort of mammoth, woolly mammoth out of Sesame Street, yeah. He's kind of got a dumb voice, but not quite as dumb as that. Yes! Excellent. 10 out of 10 there as well. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Right, there's quite a few 10 out of 10s. A couple of 6s and 10s and 8s and stuff. All right. Okay, good. See, that wasn't too bad. You worry me, you know, because you all say, oh, it's too difficult. And I start worrying. I start thinking, oh, no, I've made it too difficult. So I like it when you moan and then get a high score. Quite like that. Right, anyway, time for a conundrum. I'm going to give you 9 letters. You unscramble the 9 letters and come up with a word from the English language, all right? The only English word you can get out of these 9 letters. You ready? Here, and you've got 60 seconds to solve it, all right? Here we go. Mice totem. So, you know, M-I-C-E-T-O-T-E-M, mice totem. M-I-C-E-T-O-T-E-M, mice totem. Unscramble those letters, folks. Give us an English word. Peaky Pfeiffer's got it already. Val's got it already. Nice one. You got about half a minute left, just under. I'm trying to solve it myself because I can't actually remember the answer. Nah, I think I've got it. I mean, I should get it, shouldn't I? I set it. It's just that I write these in bulk, you know. So I wrote these quite a while ago. Looks like lots of you have got it. That's good, right? Everyone's in good form. The conundrum tonight, right? Time's up. The right answer, if you got it right, you get 3 points. The correct answer is committee. Do you know what committee is in Gaelic? It's committee. We hearst Kiberaha Tractor Committee. I think that's right, anyway. Probably entirely wrong. It's a prejudice I've held for many years that the Gaelic word for committee is committee. So please tell me if that's wrong. Nuts, says Ed. That probably means they didn't get it. Not a clue at Normsy's end, but well, plenty if you did get it. Let's move straight on. Try and get finished on time tonight. I'm going to get you to do the joke after this round, right? So get your jokes ready, folks. But round 4 first. So it's Guess Who. And you know how this works. I'm going to show you a grid there. Hiding behind the grid is a famous person. You have to say who that is. I'm going to give you 5 clues. If you get the correct answer after clue number 1, then you get 10 points. If you get it after clue number 2, then you get 8 points. After clue 3, you get 6 points. You know what I mean? So the earlier you get it, the more points you get. Let me just get to my clues here. Here we go. So the first clue, there's not much to it. I'm just going to say it's a musician born in 1945. And there's not much to go on there. But I bet somebody gets it from the very first one. So it's, and I'll say it's a British musician. A British musician born in 1945. Okay, there's the first squares away. If you get it at this point, you'll get 10 points. Now, you don't have to commit. So if you've got just a guess, put a guess down. And if it turns out you're right, you'll get the 10 points, even if you change your mind later on. Okay, so it's just the first time you get the right answer, you'll get the points. So have a think. How many points for committee? Says Hip Kitty. Committee. 3 points. Hip Kitty for committee. 3. 1, 2, 3. So have a look at the picture. See if you can work it out. UK musician born in 1945. Write down a guess for that. If it turns out you're correct at this point, you'll get 10 points. I'm going to take more squares away and give you the second clue now. This guy is 30 years older than his current wife. He collects Ferrari cars, and he has publicly stated that Enoch Powell was right and that we should send immigrants away from Britain. So he sounds like a real nice fella. 30 years older than his wife. Typical rock star stuff. Collects Ferrari cars. A total wankers game. And has publicly stated on stage that Enoch Powell was right and that we should send immigrants away from Britain. And you can have all the arguments you like about that. But so that's a wee insight into the fella. And there he is. Right, so a couple of you think you've got it. I'm going to move on to the 6-point clue. There's some more squares away. Now, this guy has been married twice. He has 5 children, one of whom tragically died in 1991. And there's no joking about that. It was just horrible, right? So he's had 5 children, one of whom tragically died back in 1991, and he has been married twice. A couple of you think you've got it. Some of you think you've got it on 8 points. Here comes the 4-point clue. Bands he has been in include the Yardbirds, Cream, and Derek and the Dominoes. That's some of his bands. The Yardbirds, back in the 60s. Cream, also in the 60s. Derek and the Dominoes, a little bit later on. Solo work as well, but he's been in a lot of bands. So that's the clue for 4 points. And here comes the last clue. And if you're still haven't got it right, yeah, this is your last chance to get it for 2 points. There's the full picture. And the last clue is that he is ranked 2nd in Rolling Stone magazine's list of the greatest guitarists of all time. So do you know who he is now? He looks a bit like one of my old flatmates from Glasgow called Ian McMurray. He looks scarily like Ian McMurray, actually. But I don't think my friend Ian McMurray collects Ferraris or despises brown people. So, and I don't think he's very good at guitar either. Right, so there you go. That's all the clues. I've still not told you the answer yet. So here comes the answer. It is, of course, Eric Clapton. All right, Eric Clapton. So, how'd you get on? It looks like some of you got it at 6. Did a few of you get it at 10? Noodle Doodle's got it at 10 with the date of birth. I mean, there's no shortage of musicians born in 1945. But see, it was 1945 and a wee bit of the suit. He always turns up with a suit. That's what I'm here to do, Kristen. I'm here to burst your bubbles. Didn't realise he was a Caesar's Palace. Sophie got it on the racism. Yeah, I didn't actually know that either until I was researching him. I knew nothing about Eric Clapton. I've got no interest in his music. Don't like it. But I was researching this question and found out it's the Ferraris. I mean, like, obviously the racism is no good, but collecting Ferraris, that's a giveaway. Yeah, I think Rod Stewart's 1945. I'm sure there's loads born in 1945. Anyway, let's move on. Looks like I've... Right, it's time for the jokes. Give me a joke. The first person to legitimately make me laugh with a joke in the comments gets the first ball in tonight's pot of win. Okay? So, if you've got a joke ready, get it pasted in. Yeah, Patty something. Patty Boyle, is that right? I think he married her after she'd been with George Harrison. I don't know. It was the white hair as well. Right. Louisa, a joke has a feed line and a punchline. Don't just give me the feed line. Look, that's more like it. What's ET short for? Because he's got wee legs. No laugh there. Sorry, Andrew. It's a perfectly good joke, but I've heard it 50 billion times, right? Boyd, that's it. Patty Boyd. First person who can legitimately make me laugh with a joke. Nah, I'm not going to buy into that. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. Again, I've heard that 50,000 times. A perfectly good joke. It's a working joke. What happened to the dwarf who took Viagra? He won a 3-legged race. That nearly made me laugh. Not quite, or did it? Oh God, it's so awful, but it actually did make me laugh. I just laughed. Denise, that's it. Denise gets the first ball in the pot tonight. Denise, your ball number 21, okay? And that ball goes in the pot of win. Where is it? There it is, pot of win. And you might end up winning the beer later. That'd be good. Then we can find out if Broughton post beer to the Republic of Ireland. So I've written this down. Ball number 21, Denise. Joke about a dwarf. I just like to write down so I remember what it was. Well done, Denise. I nearly didn't laugh, but you got a laugh out of me. So well done. That was the winner. What are some of the other jokes here? Did you hear about the guy who invented the knock-knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize. I would have gone for that if it had come first. What did Sushi A sat to Sushi say to Sushi B? Wasabi. What do you call a mushroom with a 12-inch? Yep. Dear. What do you call a runaway cake? Scone. What do you call a guy with a spade in his head? An ambulance. That's good. Because the traditional punchline to that is Doug. So you're thinking, oh, it's just a Doug joke, but no, you call him an ambulance. That's good. Good joke, Simon. Did you hear about the zoo that only had dogs? It was a shit zoo. It's been round the block, that joke. Used to feel sorry for people down on their luck. Then I punched through a boat. Never been through such hardship. Dear oh dear. Right, here's the punchline. See, Louisa might have been in first with us. Let's see if it makes me laugh. Why does an elephant have 4 feet? Because he'd look a bit silly with 6 inches. Right. The stick joke. Come on, Ed. Do us a favour. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Denise is happy. Right, okay. How do you make a Swiss person laugh? Put a gun to their head and say laugh. Well, Felix. Felix is from Austria. That's pretty brutal, Felix. Right, let's move on. Denise has got a ball in the pot to win. That's where we're at. Okay, so let's move on. Broke Brewery. Gonna give you. Oh, look, it's time for mystery bag as well. I thought this was after the next round. We'll just do it now, seeing as it's up. So this is another chance to win a ball in the pot of win. Mystery bag. We're back to objects. I was doing famous people for a while, but we're back to objects. I've got an object in mystery bag. You've got to try and work out who it is, and I'll time you as well. Best one of the month, fastest one of the month will get £1 million scratch card. So I'll get the clock on here and start. So, right, okay, you've got to ask me questions of a yes, no nature or 50-50 nature. I'll answer the questions and then you tell me what's in the bag. Is it heavy? Well, for its size, yeah, it's fairly heavy. Is it a volunteer? No. Is it plastic? It has plastic elements, but it is not entirely plastic. It's not a tape measure, but it is a household thing. You'd keep it in the same place as a tape measure, probably. Or we do, anyway. It's not a toy. It's not expensive. Depends. You can get expensive ones, definitely. But because it's us, it's a cheap one. Is it edible? No. Is it a shoe? No. Is it pink? It's pinkish, but that's irrelevant. It could be any color. They're usually black or silver. Is it soft? No. Stamp? No. Battery? No. But there's batteries involved. Hair bobble, bottle opener, metal. There's metal elements in it. It's not a stapler. It's not a wee fan, but that's pretty good. That's close. Spring iron, hammer, doorstop, stapler, pair of scissors. No. Lipstick. No. Is it from the kitchen? We keep it in the big cupboard. A tape dispenser. Battery. Uses batteries. Screwdriver. Scissors. No. Screwdriver, scissors, ruler. Is it a tool? Well, it's a useful thing. I wouldn't say it's a tool. Andrew, let's see. Scissors, no. Paperweight, ruler, torch. We've got a winner. Stop the clock. 1 minute 44. Michael. It's a torch. See? I think there's just about enough charge in it. There we are. Wow. Dr. Paul, lighten up your life. Right, Michael. Monsieur Graven. You are ball. Oh. Uh-oh. Ball 13. That might be lucky. I'll write that down. Michael Graven. Mystery bag. Torch. 140. What was it? 144? Did I say 144? Yeah, 144. Okay. Well done, Michael. You've got a ball in the bag. A ball in the pot. I do avoid having a ball bag. You know what I mean? Because it's got consequences. Yes, it's Michael. Excellent. Fantastic. Right. Yeah, you probably did say torch, but I think you said it after Michael. The thing is, it'll probably come up on your thing in a different order. That's usually what happens. Usually it prioritizes your own things. And I was diligently going down that one at a time. And the rule is, anyway, it's the first one I see. So Michael is the winner. Fantastic. Ball in the bag, ball in the pot. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on. Well done, Michael. We've got 2 rounds to go in the quiz. 50-50. Here we go. Might just get finished on time for 8 o'clock. Let's see what happens. So, and then after 8 o'clock, any of you will have a chance to get balls in the pot as well to join Denise and Michael. But 50-50 first. Just pick the right answer. So number 1 is which film was the only film for which Audrey Hepburn won an Oscar? Okay. Yeah, see, Andrew picking up that Michael said torch a few times. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're sure about something, just keep saying it because it's the first one I see. So Michael knows how to play this. So anyway, back to this. Audrey Hepburn won Oscar. What was the only film she won an Oscar for? Was it Breakfast at Tiffany's or Roman Holiday? That's question number one. Question number two, which writer won the Scottish Book of the Year from the Scottish Arts Council in 2012 with a work that was called All Made Up? Was that James Kelman or Janice Galloway? All right, so Scottish Book of the Year 2012 was called All Made Up, but who was the writer? Was it James Kelman or Janice Galloway? That's question number two. How does the German word Himmel translate into English? Felix will know this. Probably means death to Switzerland. But what does it mean? Does it mean sea or sky? Himmel. Himmel. Himmel is the sea or the sky in German. That's question number three. Number four, which of these has the greater population? Sicily, which is part of Italy, or the whole country of Lithuania? So which entity has a greater human population? Sicily or Lithuania? Wohl mein Herr, Felix. I was listening to some old Austrian Europop last night. I was listening to Anton aus Tirol by DJ Otzi. A high watermark of culture. Number five, Tonight, sung by Shirley Bassey, was a hit in 1962, but which musical did the song come from? Is it from The King and I, or is it from West Side Story? Okay. Shirley Bassey, Tonight. Kind of goes like that. 1962. Is that from The King and I or from West Side Story? Right, that's the five questions. You tell me if you're ready. I will quickly replay these questions for you. So number one, Audrey Hepburn's only Oscar, Breakfast at Tiffany's or Roman Holiday. Number two, All Made Up, Book of the Year 2012. Who's it by? James Kelman or Janice Galloway? Come to that in a second, Umlauf. The German word Himmel, does that mean sea or sky? Which has the greater population, Sicily or Lithuania? And Tonight, sung by Shirley Bassey with a missing apostrophe, was a hit in 1962. Which musical did it come from? That is the question. The King and I or West Side Story. Now, Umlauf S says, missed the starting apostrophe. You see the comment down there. And Umlauf, you are correct. So you can add +1 to your score. Because if I've made a mistake on a slide, and by the way, you all missed one earlier on. If you spot a mistake, a legitimate mistake, and you're the first to say it, which Umlauf is, then you get +1 point. It's the pedant's bonus, okay? Maybe I should do a ball in the pot of win for that, but maybe not. I think just +1 on your score for that. House of Weirdos spotted it as well, but you were a little later than Umlauf. Umlauf was first. Okay, you all ready? Yeah, that's the way. That's the house style. That's how I like to do my titles for things, as a single quotation mark either side for titles. I learnt that, or adopted that style anyway, when I was writing for 15 to 1, and they were very strict about how to do things like titles. Always a single apostrophe. Okay, all ready. Here we go. Here come the answers for 2 points for each one. Number one, Audrey Hepburn's only Oscar is Roman Holiday. Roman Holiday is the right answer. There she is, with Gregory Peck, I think it was. But cutting about Rome, having a good time. 2 points. Number two, Book of the Year, Scottish Arts Council, 2012, All Made Up. That is by Janice Galloway. It's a memoir, part 2 of her memoir. I've not read it, but I was reading about it today, and it looks quite good. She's from Saltcoats. Number three, the German word Himmel means sky. Okay. Oops. Pardon me, just getting slightly lost there. So Sky is the right answer. If you're like me, you read war comics when you're a kid, and you learn that phrase quite early. Gott in Himmel. It means God in heaven, really. Himmel is the sky, God in heaven. Which has greater population? The correct answer for this is Sicily. Okay, Sicily has about over 5 million people. Lithuania has rather less, round about 3 million. So by quite a long way, Sicily is the larger population. Sicily's more or less got a population of Scotland, actually, on that little island off the toe of Italy. And tonight, da, 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 is from West Side Story. Okay. So there you go. There's the answers. Roman Holiday, Janice Galloway, Sky, Sicily, and West Side Story. Gott in Himmel was how we got it. Yeah, exactly. There's a little bit of German vocabulary that you could learn by reading those type of comics when you're a kid. You learn Gott in Himmel, Achtung, Schnell, and Handy Hoch, Raus, Engländer. That's the Victor comic German vocabulary. And Heil as well. So missing a few there. 6 for the Porn Dwarfs, always the top team, but only 6 there. 6 there, 8 there. Didn't get Sicily. Guest breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah, it's always a difficult round, 50-50. All right, let's get straight on to the final round. It's 2 minutes to 8. Let's see. It kind of makes me feel warm inside that other people got it from Gott in Himmel, because it means I'm not the only one who had that imperialist poison fed into my brain. Marion got it a different way. It knows the German word for sea. I don't know the German word for sea. Is it Meer? I would imagine it's Meer. M-E-E-R. Anyway, double or bust. Here we go. Right, you know how double or bust works. You get 4 points for every correct answer in this round. So that's great. You can get 20 points here. Just bang, like that. But you run the risk of going bust. If you put one wrong answer in this round, you're bust. You get 0 points for the round. So it's up to you which ones you answer. You can avoid getting bust by leaving blanks. Okay? You ready? Here we go. Which EU country is also the name of the oldest and the wisest of the Wombles of Wimbledon? Okay? So do you know the Wombles? You know what I'm talking about? They got tidy bags. And they got 4 albums of outstanding music as well. But they live on Wimbledon Common in a borough. They tidy things up. They are the Wombles. But which EU country is also the name of the oldest and the wisest of the Wombles of Wimbledon? That's question number 1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, best leave that blank. Okay. Number 2, presidents. Who was the only man to both become US president and to die in the 18th century? So there's only one person that fits this bill. He was US president and he died in the 18th century. The only one to die in the 18th century. You can't be terrified of wobbles. Geek Robin, you need to be terrified of COVID, far-right nationalism and nuclear war and like buses, but not Wombles. Wombles will tidy up after you. They're amazing. Question number 3. Which detective was played by Albert Finney in the 1974 film Murder on the Orient Express? You don't really need to know about the film here, actually. Should be able to get it if you know about the books. All right? So Murder on the Orient Express. Notice how I've used a double quote for that one. That must be an old question from the database, not written in the last couple of years. Because all the ones I've written in the last couple of years have got the single quote. So I need to tidy that up. You see, this is the background work that goes into bringing the quiz to you. in a format that you can understand relentlessly. Meat and philosophy. Number 4, which kind of meat is also the surname of an English philosopher who was Lord High Chancellor of England in the 17th century and is known as the father of empiricism. So that's a wordy question, lots of words there. So he's known as the father of empiricism. He was Chancellor in England in the 17th century, and his surname is a type of meat. I just need you to name the meat. Right? That's number 4. And number 5, how many astronauts died altogether in the 2 space shuttle disasters of 1986 and 2003? And you can have 3 astronauts out either way. So there was, in the whole history of the space shuttle, there were 2 fatal accidents. I'm not sure if I can remember the names. I think it's Challenger in 1986 and maybe Columbia in 2003. I can't remember the definite names of the space shuttles, but 2 of them blew up. 86 was on the way up. 2003 was on re-entry. How many astronauts died in those accidents altogether? Both, add them up. And if you get within 3 astronauts, then you get the points. Okay? That's double or bust. You decide which ones you're going to answer. And I will quickly recap these questions for you. After this, I'll get you to upload your scores, and I'll be able to do a league table for later on. So number 1, which EU country is the oldest and wisest womble? Number 2, who's the only US president to be president and to die in the 18th century? Which detective was played by Albert Finney in the 1974 film Murder on the Orient Express? What kind of meat is the surname of that philosopher and chancellor of the 17th century? The father of empiricism. That's a lofty title. And how many astronauts died altogether in the 2 space shuttle disasters of 86 and 2003, put together and within 3 astronauts? Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't particularly matter, but, you know, once you start doing it, it's nice to have it all the same. Like when I was working for 15 to 1, they insisted that it was a house style, had to have the quotes that way. So I ended up getting that habit as well. And I'm glad to see House of Weirdos are doing single quotes. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time. Sometimes I feel like, no, it's good to have this proper, you know. Going balls out. Nice one, Andrew. Gonna go for 3. Gonna go for 2. All ready. Come on, let's do it. Let's get these answers out. Okay. By the way, before I show you the answers, I'll just remind you, I do this for tips, and I would love to get a tip from you. If you think me putting this quiz together is worth a little tip, then I'd be delighted to get a tip. There is the link. Thank you very much. I'm trying to make a living out of this, right? So I appreciate all the tips that do come in, and I also appreciate the shares if you tell other people about it. Thank you very much. Still managing to feed my daughter up to this point. Okay, so here we go. Oh, Chris is going for the full house. It's good to see. Right, scary stuff. Let's get on with it. Let's see if that gamble pays off. So double or bust answers. You know how to mark this. 4 points for a correct answer, but if you put any wrong answer in this round, you get bust. Leaving blanks doesn't affect your score. So here we go. The Wombles. The oldest and wisest Womble of Wimbledon is your old pal Bulgaria. Great Uncle Bulgaria, usually referred to as, or Gub for short. But there he is. He reads the Times. You know he's over 300 years old? That's in one of the books. Who was the only guy to be US president and died in the 18th century? It was George Washington, the first one. He died December 1799. So he only just squeezed in there. You know what I mean? Balls house. Nice. Oops. Highlighting myself. Right, film question. Murder on the Orient Express. That is an Agatha Christie novel turned into a film in 1974. And it's Hercule Poirot. Monsieur Poirot, the Belgian detective. There he is. That's Mr. Funny playing Mr. Poirot. Very good. What kind of meat is all that stuff? It's bacon. Francis Bacon is the guy. You just needed bacon. You didn't need to know the guy's first name, but it's Francis Bacon. Okay. Got a couple of yassies there. And how many astronauts died on the space shuttle disasters? Plus or minus 3 astronauts. The answer for this is that 14 lives were lost. Okay, so if you said between 11 and 17 astronauts, then you got the points. Okay. Right, tell us how you got on. Here are all the answers together. Bulgaria, George Washington, Hercule Poirot, Bacon, and 14 astronauts. So anything between 11 and 17. And there were 7 on each flight, by the way. It was an even split. There you are. There's Noodle Doodle celebrating the death of 14 astronauts. There's Andrew celebrating the death of 14 astronauts. Yeah, I would be the same. Caesar's Palace. I would have said there were fewer people on board each time, but where they got a pilot, they got a navigator, they got a guy who does the food, the games convener, the science guy, and the gunner, and the bomber. 7. Something like that. Ooh, went for lamb, right? I wondered about that question. I wonder if there was any... Actually, I didn't wonder. I didn't consider it. But yes, lamb. There's definitely some sort of philosophy guy called Lamb, I'm sure. So that's not a terrible guess, but it's a disaster in terms of double or bust. Bad luck, Michael. But you got a ball in the thing already. Right, I'm about to give you the link to upload your scores, everybody, and I'll be able to make the league table for tonight's quiz. So I'm going to put that link in now, and then the next thing I'm going to do is going to put another link in so you can phone in and take part. There's 2 ways to get a ball in the pot tonight, which is Millionaire or Kazula Palooza. Okay? So you can do it either way. 60 for Tom Nook. Like a few times recently, I get the idea it's been quite difficult tonight. So that might actually be higher than you think, Andrew. Whoa! What's this? Shelley from the Barrymore's Fist team knew the last answer because she actually flew a helicopter with the spaceman Tim Peake last weekend. That's fantastic. How high did the helicopter go? Did it go all the way to space? I mean, the thing is, just flying in a helicopter with Tim Peake would not mean that you would automatically know the answer to the space shuttle question. Or is that what they talked about when they were cutting about in a helicopter? Did Tim Peake just look around all weird and go, by the way, do you know 14 people died in the space shuttles? Like that. Your friend Shelley was like, no, I didn't know that, Tim. They did. They did. They all died. They all blew to bits. How cool is that? Yeah, exactly. I know, yeah. So we want a little bit more detail on that. We want to know how this happened. Is Shelley a colleague of Tim Peake, or did she win a competition or something? Or what was the setup and how far did they fly? Where did they go from? Where did they go to? Need some more information. We want to know what Shelley was doing. Hopefully make the top board this week. What did you get, Val? Titty biscuits. What did you score? Ooh. Under 40. 56. Solid. 65. Very good. Well, that's what I was wondering. Yeah. Okay, so get your scores uploaded, folks, and between now and past, which is about 20 minutes, we're going to play some live quizzing. So I'm going to give you the link to do that. Here comes the link. All you got to do is click on the link with your phone or your computer or whatever. It's pretty simple, and it tends to work. It's worked most times. Well, it's worked every time, but worked for most people most of the time. Right, there's the link. You follow the link, come into, and it will say, do you let StreamYard use your microphone and camera? You just say yes, 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 so that we can see you and hear you. And there's 2 ways to win a ball in the pot of win tonight between now and 8:30, which is Kazula Palooza and Millionaire. So you can choose when you phone in. Now, if you play Kazula Palooza, I'm going to play a kazoo tune, and you've got to guess what it is, right? More chance to win Broughton Beer. And there's second and third place. A Million Palooza and Kazula Palooza. So if you play Kazula Palooza, you get to choose from the board. I'll play one of those tunes, and you got to guess what it is. There's an alternative for the kazoo as well. If you've got a kazoo and you can play me a tune, I've got to guess what it is. And if I guess what it is, then you've got to I'll work out the rules for that. But if you play me a tune and I can guess it, then you get a ball in as well. Now then. Let's just get onto the Kazula Palooza playlist so I know what to play. If one of you go for that. The other thing you can do is you can play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Which I should have lying about somewhere. I had it here. Oh, there it is. Okay, and you'll get 2 chances. You'll get a £1,000 question and a £64,000 question. And if you get one of them right, you get a ball in. Okay, so, all right, here's the rest of that story. By the way, in the waiting room to play one of these games is Jerry, Jock, and Marion. We come to them in just a second. Let's get to the end of the story. Ollie says she's in a helicopter display team. And as Tim Peake is a qualified pilot, he turned up as a guest star and flew with Shelley. A helicopter display team. I cannot think of anything I would rather less do in the world. I don't like danger. And to me, helicopters say danger. Display team, danger. So well done to Shelley, but she's mad in the head. Stay safe. Right, let's play some live quizzing. Let's see. I've got my headphones. Let's see who's first. Well, I say it's Jock. Hooray!
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm all right. You sound good tonight. You're nice and clear tonight.
Mate. Yes, yeah. for a change.
Now, what do you fancy here? Do you fancy a shot at the Millionaire, or do you fancy a go at Kazula Palooza?
I'll go for the kazoo.
You go for the kazoo, right? Okay. Well, what I'm going to do then is put the kazoo board up there. Now you've got to choose one of the 9 things that are up there, and I'll play a tune that matches them, and then you've got to guess what the tune is. So, just in case anybody can't see those, probably I'll just read through them. So there's Light Jazz Classic, a 1976 number 1, a 1985 number 2, a Neil Stack song with a girl's name in the title, a song with a boy's name in the title, a song about outer space. A 1983 number 1 and a 1968 top 10. So that's all the tunes. You choose what you think you're most likely to get right.
Okay. I'm probably not likely to get any of them right, but I'll go for 1985 number 2.
Right. I was just thinking, I bet he chooses that one because that's the one I'm least confident about. Here we go. 1985 number 2. Yep. Right, ready? Go.
Cool, man.
Here comes the chorus. Any idea? And I wasn't confident about playing that, but I'm going to say it right now. That was quite good.
It sounded impressive. It did.
That was note for note. That was like I had the sheet music in front of me, which I don't, folks. That was jammed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one's helping you in the chat. I'm sure everybody knows it. Everyone's barking.
Oh God.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
What have you got, Jock?
I think I'm going to have to say I've not a Scooby, not a clue.
Not a clue, right? Well, you
That's
know what?
terrible.
I'm going to leave it hanging in case someone else wants to go for it, right? But
no problem.
But no ball for you, Jock. Not tonight. No. Sorry, but thanks for coming in and seeing us again.
You're welcome, mate. No problem.
I was about to say, hopefully I'll see you soon, but it's more like hopefully one day we'll see you.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, I'm sure you're getting brighter. I'm sure you're adding 1 lumen per week.
I'm getting there, Paul. I'm getting there, mate. So.
Nice to see you. See you later. Right. Well, there we go. There's Jock. Now it's time to welcome our celebrity friend of celebrity friend, which is Marion, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Marion. Hello there.
Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
So you were talking about Applecross earlier on. You said that was one of your favourite drives, yeah?
Yeah, I was up there just 2-3 weeks ago, I think it was, as well. But I love it, yeah.
We went on holiday there. It was 83 or 84. It was one of those years. I think it was 84. And we had so much stuff in the car that we couldn't go on the Cattle Pass Road because the car wouldn't be able to. We had to go the long way around, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And I never got to see the famous road because we didn't go that way, you know. But how steep is it?
It's very steep. There's some bits you feel like you're almost vertical, and if you've got a cyclist in front of you and you're trying to go around a corner, it's you have to go in first gear and you're having to stop and do a hill start. It's not easy, but
well, you know, it's the West Highlands, isn't it? So you've literally got
you've got to admire the cyclists for having the energy to do it, but just which are behind, not in front.
I've been cycling the last couple of weeks, cycling with my girl at school, 2.5 miles each way, right? I go there in the morning and then go there in the afternoon. That's 50 miles a week it works out as. I might actually end up not fat.
I started swimming again just the other day when the pools reopened and did 3/4 mile this morning, and I did the same on Tuesday. So I'm trying to get back to swimming. So it's like an hour solid swimming.
Is that Ainsley Park?
No, it's the Hilton Filton.
All right. Okay, very nice.
The village at Hilton, Hilton Filton.
I was a member there for a while until the funds ran out. So.
All right.
But one of these days I'll join the upper classes like yourself, Mary, and I'll be back there. Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to have a shot at the Millionaire, or do you want to have a shot at Kazula Palooza?
A Millionaire, definitely.
Right. Okay. Now, listen, I said the rules and I said them wrong. I had a different version of it in my mind, so I'll tell you the actual rules, and you can change your mind if I want. It's just one question, right? It's going to be one question, and it is a £64,000 question. So, do you still want to do that, or do you want to have a shot at Kazula Palooza?
Yeah, I think I'd rather do a question. No offense to your musical skills, but
yeah, fine. Right. Okay. Let's have a look here. What was the full first name of the gangster Al Capone? Was he called Alan? That's A, Alan, B, Alfredo, C, Alphonse, or D, Alberto? So that's quite difficult. Al Capone. Was he called Alan, Alfredo, Alphonse, or Alberto? What do you reckon?
I don't think it was Alan. So I can't go 50-50, can I? No? Can you go 50-50? Okay, Alberto then. That sounds quite Italian. Alberto.
Alberto, is it Alberto? Yeah. Unlucky, Marion. It's Alfredo. Alfredo.
Oh, well, there you go.
Alfredo, have to let you go.
Oh, very good. Ciao, Bella.
ciao, Bella Mariana. Ciao, see you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Right, nobody's got a ball so far. Let's see who's next. See who can is it Jerry? I think it's Jerry. It's Jerry. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear
There
me?
you are. Yes, I can hear you pretty good. How you doing?
All right, thanks. Yes, yes.
Right, okay. You're looking relaxed, Friday night style. Yeah. Well,
Got some German beer.
What?
Yeah.
oh, German beer, did you say?
Yeah. It's very good.
Let's pronounce it. What does it say? Lager beer Halle
Hell.
or something.
Hell. Yeah, it means light in German, but actually it sounds much better. I'm in lager beer hell.
And is it genuine, proper German stuff, or is it pretend stuff out of Aldi?
It's the proper stuff. It's from Munchen. It's,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It happened, Munchen.
Yeah. Very
Now,
good.
have you won the Broughton beer before?
Yeah, well, Kerry won it. And I can
Right,
tell
okay.
you, we actually took some photos of Kerry winning it, and they were just a bit almost too. We were sending some pretty mad photographs of winning stuff, Paul, but the photos were just a bit. So we were kind of like, didn't send them, but we should send them. We should send them. It's really good beer. I mean, like people listening.
I'd love to see
that beer.
Tell us what you're doing. Are you doing Kazula Palooza or are you doing Millionaire?
Well, they both seem like absolute murderers now, but it's much funnier to hear you play Kazoo, Paul. So I'm going to go for the Kazula.
Right. Okay. Right, here we go. Right, so you've had the 1985 number 2. I'm just leaving it up there in case somebody wants to guess it in the chat more than... you can't go for that one again. But all the other ones are available. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for the 1968 top 10.
I think that's one of the easier ones, right? So here we go. You've got... I don't know, until I hit the chorus to get this right, okay? Let's see.
Hit me. San Jose. Is this the way to San Jose?
Is that the way to San Jose? Yeah! It's the right answer. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
San Jose. Yeah.
LA is a great big city, slightly bigger than Edinburgh.
Yeah. And a little bake you a star. Yeah.
Fantastic. That was excellently well done. So that means you get a ball. I'm going to pull one at random here. It means you're ball number 12. Ball 12. Okay. So number 12, Jerry San Jose. Right. Fantastic. Brilliant. Well done, Jerry. You might be a winner. 8:30. You'll find out. We've only got 6 minutes left. I bet you're on with it. I bet there's someone else on. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye. Right. Who's next? Who's next? Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Paul.
Hello. Where are you, Chris?
I seem to have lost volume right there. I can hear you now, I think.
Hello. Yes.
Hey, I can
Hello.
hear you.
Hello. 1, 2. You can hear me. I can hear you. I'm very, very well. Tell us whereabouts you are.
We're in Romford in Essex.
Oh, lovely. Oh, fantastic. The only thing I know about Romford is that Steve Davis comes from there. Do you know him?
True. You used to see him walking around on High Street. He lives up the road. He used to live up the road to us, actually. Yeah.
And I know that Essex is quite tough and quite uncompromising. So is Steve Davis like a local gangster? Does he have quite a lot of clout? Does he wear the big rings? Does he wear like a black ring, a pink ring, and a blue ring?
But he's not so much of a gangster.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our quiz, Chris. I don't think I've seen you before in the live stuff.
You actually
what?
see me last week, first time playing at home.
Right. Okay. Listen, the connection's no brilliant, so I'm going to get on with it. Do you want to have a shot at Kazula Palooza or Millionaire?
I'll take the Billionaire, please.
Right. Okay. So it's the Millionaire quiz book, and it's a £64,000 question. All right. You ready?
Lovely. Let's go for it.
Okay. Let's see. What garment? It's about clothes. Which garment is secured by a sash, which is called an obi? That's O-B-I. Obi. Is it a kimono, a sari, a jalaba, or a judo robe?
It's not the judo robe.
So So the belt or the sash is called an obi, O-B-I, or the sash is called an obi. What is that? Is that for a kimono?
I'm going to go kimono.
You're going to go for
I
kimono?
think the game's saying kimono, yeah.
That's the right answer. Kimono, yes. It is fantastic. Yeah, Chris, you get a ball. You get a ball in the pot to win. So you get ball number 8. All right, ball number 8. There we go. Well done.
Lovely.
It'd be great if
Thank
we
you very
got a winner
much.
from
Come again.
Romford. We haven't had anyone from Essex winning anything before, so thank you very much indeed, Chris. Hopefully we'll see
Thanks
you.
a lot, Paul. Take care.
You got a couple of minutes to find out if you win or not, and hopefully we'll see you again and ask you some more questions about the Romford life. See you later. Right. Who's here? Keith.
Hey!
Yay! I'm never great with the names. Keith and
Maureen.
Maureen. Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
Keith and Maureen are half of the chameleons. The other half of the chameleons are.
They're over there.
And they're over there. All right. Fantastic. That's. I was going to say that's a pretty good zoom you've got there. Where you got them right in the room. It's almost like they're right there. Right, Keith and Maureen. Okay, we've only got a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to get straight on to it. Do you want to do Kazula Palooza or Millionaire?
We'll go millionaire.
Oh, right. Okay. Right, Millionaire. £64,000 questions. One question. You got one shot at this. Quite a difficult one, I think. So, unless you know it, obviously. What is the middle name of the former US President Jimmy Carter? Is he called Lord, Baron, Earl, or Duke? All right, so the middle name of Jimmy Carter, who I think is still alive. What's his middle name?
We'll guess Earl.
You're going to guess Earl? That's the right answer. Yeah. Earl. Absolutely. That's amazing. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You are ball 11 and you go straight in the pot to win. Ball 11, right? No mucking about. I've got one more person on waiting to come in here. So thanks very much. Just got time to do them. So see ya. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Maureen. Right, let's get them out here. And we go to our last contender tonight. Just about got time to fit them in. It's Purple Burglar Alarms. Hey. Hello, how you doing?
Good evening. Not bad, Paul. How are you?
Yeah, very good. So, hi, welcome to, well, hello to the South Coast. How's the weather down there tonight?
It's not too bad. It's not too bad today. Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure that's the case every day, isn't it? Like down on your posh, well-funded south coast of England. You know, the government is pretty much against Scotland, and they keep sending us all these clouds and rain and stuff like that, and saving all the sunshine for the Tory South. You know, I listen to Radio 4 sometimes, and they can hardly contain the glee in their voice when they go, the southern half of the country will have fine spells with occasional maybe shower, and it'll be about 25 degrees. And in Scotland, they'll be freezing, blowing a gale, and everyone will die. That's what
they promised us thunderstorms for weeks, but we did not see a single one.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, it's don't trust anybody. That's what I would say. So, do you want to have a go for Kazula Palooza, or are you going to take the coward's way out and go for Millionaire?
I think Anna really wants to have a go at Kazula Palooza.
Yeah, all right, fantastic, good choice. Right, so let's get the screen on. What do you choose? Oh, by the way, somebody's got that one right. The one I was playing earlier on. Jane Rose is identified it as Kaylee, by Marillion. Did you get that one? Did you know that?
We did, but we didn't write it down for a very long time.
Yeah, but it was. I wasn't going to leave it as an option, but well done to Jane for getting that right. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was brilliant. I thought my rendition was probably the definitive rendition of that song, even though it wasn't the original. But anyway, you're left with these ones. Which do you choose?
I think we'll have the 1983 number one, the year of my birth.
Okay,
it's got to be good.
Right. Right, here we go. You've got basically until I hit the chorus or a bit of the chorus to work this out. Here we go. Here comes the chorus.
Oh, that's the Spandau Ballet and True, isn't it?
Was that an answer? What are you saying?
It's Spandau Ballet and True.
Yes! Absolutely fantastic. Hey, Purple Burglar Alarms. Getting it nailed. I think I nailed that one as well. Maybe not quite as brilliant as it was.
Oh, it's brilliant. It was brilliant.
That was definitely in the top 5 versions ever of True by Spandau Ballet. So you are ball number 27. All right, number 27 goes in the pot of win. Now,
thank you very much.
It's 8:30. It's just after, so it's time to pick a winner. I'm going to say cheerio to you just now. You might be back in a second, but well done to Ed and Co down in South Coast. Right, it's time to pick a winner. It's time to pick a winner. What we're going to do is I've got the balls here. So I've got all the balls in the pot of win. Denise is 21. Michael is 13. Jerry is 12. Chris is 8. Keith and Maureen are 11. And Ed and the Purple Burglar Alarms are number 27. So I've got a pot of win right here. And I'm going to play another kazoo tune. And as soon as somebody guesses in the chat what the tune is, then I'll pull a ball out. So I'm going to play kazoo and jiggle the balls, and that will decide when it is. Right, here we go. And it's going to be the space song, right? See if you can get the space song. Andrew's got it. It's Walking on the Moon. Let's see. And the ball that was my fingers were on at the time is ball 12. Now, what does that mean? That means it's Jenny. Jenny's won the beer. Yay! Jenny and Kerry. Fantastic. It is Walking on the Moon. Walking in the Moon, if you like. Walking on the Moon by the Polis. Era Polis. So bad luck to Chris and Michael and Denise and everybody. Well, there's actually a couple other prizes. There's 2 more prizes tonight, right? So I'm going to just pick them out myself. I think I've given you enough kazoo. You got to leave them wanting more. You know what I mean? So here's for the second prize, which is £100,000 scratch card. Look, £100,000. £100,000 scratch card goes to ball 11. Who's that? It's Keith and Maureen. Right, I've got to write this down because I will forget. So beer for Jerry, scratch card for Keith and Maureen. And the last prize tonight is a book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And the ball is for that one is going to be ball number 12. So who's that? That's oh no, it's Jerry. I put the ball back in, right. So it's ball 13, which is Michael. Right. So that's the lineup. So Jerry won the beer. Keith has won the scratch card, and Michael's won the book. That's the prizes for tonight. Thanks for taking part in the quiz, everybody. Look, Jerry's still here, and he's delighted with winning the beer. Fantastic. Well done to Jerry. Thanks to everybody for taking part. Thanks especially to everyone phoning in and doing the live stuff. It's great fun. Excellent. Yeah, thank you very much. So I'll put the links in again. First of all, the wee team's score, the team score. If you haven't uploaded your score yet, click the link and upload your score. I'll do the league table pretty soon. I'll get it up on Facebook within an hour or so. I'm going to go and have my dinner first, but I'll do that straight after. And if you believe in your heart that tonight's quiz was worth a little tip for me, just to keep me and my family going while I'm not in the pub, because I can't be in the pub because we can't have amplified music, then I would be delighted to get a tip off you. And I don't care if it's a small tip. If you don't be thinking, oh, it's derisory if I give him £1. It's not, right? If you give me £1 or £2, I'm very happy with that. I would love to get that off you. Okay. So thank you very much for doing the quiz. I'm Dr. Paul, your quiz master, and I'll see you again next week. Next week going to be slightly different. I'm going to try and do the 5 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we'll see how that goes. See if I can handle it. But thanks very much for doing the quiz, and I enjoyed it tonight. I think it was quite difficult. I'm looking forward to seeing your scores actually. See what the actual scores were. Good night. Apart from going bust, well, that's the game. That's the game. That's the game. Let's just take that off. There we go. Look, you see my name. There I am. Dr. Paul. Kazoo Master. To be honest, I thought my kazoo was quite good tonight. I especially enjoy playing Kaylee by Marillion. Now, if you're too young to remember Kaylee by Marillion, I would strongly recommend you spend the next 6 or 7 minutes just listening to Marillion by Kaylee. I'm going to put that in the chat so you know what to search for. Kaylee by Marillion, and I'll use the single quotes because I just can't help myself. There we are. Kaylee by Marillion. That's what you want to be looking up, all right? And it takes you to another place. You know what I mean? It's like a soul experience, but it's white men playing guitars and a man who is a fish doing the singing. I saw Fish once in a bar in Glasgow, and he was writing. I don't know if he was writing a letter to his accountant or whether he was writing another fantastic hit song, but he was writing just with a pen and a bit of paper. He was in a hotel bar. I was in a hotel bar. Didn't bother him. Don't like to bother celebrities when I see them. Used to see him quite a lot in Glasgow and the West End. There was always somebody there. Just left him alone. But he was just on his own. Derek Dick, aka Fish, scribbling away. Probably trying to write something 10% as good as Kaylee, because that's easily the best song of all time that he's written, according to me. Not that I actually know any of their work outside Kaylee and Lavender, because I'm a singles guy, not an album guy. Nope. Doesn't matter. Thanks very much, Ollie. That was amazing. We had someone doing the quiz tonight who's a helicopter display team. I would never do it, right? I'm just averse to any kind of danger, but, from a sheer just appreciation point of view, that's pretty amazing. Flying helicopters, not just flying a helicopter from here to there safely, but like doing it upside down. Can a helicopter go upside down? See, I don't even know that. Can a helicopter go upside down? Giant steps are what you take, walking on the moon. Great lyrics. I hope my legs don't break. I think I'm starting to find which kazoo tunes work and which don't. It's got to have a strong melody. As long as it's got a strong melody, you're all right. You can do it. Some proper ups and downs. Nothing that's just pure rhythm. Like I tried to do Hard Rock Hallelujah the other week. The Eurovision winner. By Lordi. 2006. Finland. Great song. Brilliant song. But I try to start off with a verse, and the verse is quite kind of there's not a huge variation in the melody line, but stuff like True and Kaylee, it's got loads of ups and downs in the melody, so it's easier to pick it out. Yeah, I mean, it was a monster hit. I'm not surprised, you know, folk of my age with kids called Kaylee. All right, like folk who are having kids now. I mean, there must have been a load of Kayleys at the time, you know, and, you know, because it was a big hit at the time, and young people having kids then would have gone, oh, man, that's a great song. The thing about number ones back then is it was like, you don't get this anymore, but a number one back in the 80s would be known by the whole nation because you couldn't look up music and just play any music you want. You either had to buy it, so you had to listen to your own tapes or 8-tracks or vinyl or whatever, or you listen to radio. And if you listen to radio, then it was the current hits that were being played. So everybody knew. And there was only a couple of TV channels, so if you watched any TV at all, you would eventually see the latest hits. So everybody knew them. When something was number one back then, everybody in the country actually knew the song. I don't think that's happened for 20 years, you know. But in the 80s, especially 80s and 90s, you kind of knew what was number one. That might be quite good. Hi, chameleons. Good night. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Is that the Chris who was in Romford? It was great to see somebody from Essex. That's great. We're all over the country. South Coast, South East. Got Tarn in Wales. You got old Felix down there. In Austria. What was his joke again? His joke was amazing. How do you make a Swiss person do something? ... Answer, hold a gun to their head. Yeah, mad Austrian psychopath. Right, I better get out of here. I think dinner time. We'll get up with dinner, then I'm going to do the scoreboard. Okay, so I'll see you all later. Thanks for hanging about. Thanks for doing the quiz. See you on Monday. Bye.